Namaste guys, ChristianRLong, life enhancement consultant, giving you a big and beautiful shout out on this I don't know why I said Wednesday, on this Monday evening here in Denver, Colorado. It's about 10 minutes till 6 o'clock p.m. and I just finished up a day's worth of healings, a day worth of inner work, research, and it's been quite full. A lot of interesting things have happened, and I hope this is a better angle instead of kind of like being in the dark earlier, which doesn't work well as an energy healer. So tonight's topic, and for those of you logging in for the very first time to watch one of these streams, we typically talk about three major areas and then we niche it down. We talk about energy healing, we talk about meditation, and we talk about practical spirituality. And those three subjects alone would take you lifetimes, hey Jane, Namaste, lifetimes to master. So obviously we have a lot to talk about. And I thought today's topic is self-care and why self-care is so supremely important as an energy healer. Now we hear that term self-care a lot, right? Which means, well, you can use your imagination. It means eating properly, exercising properly, meditating properly, taking time out for yourself, reflecting on your day, your life. Means getting good quality sleep. It means having good, hey Rick, Namaste, means having good associations with the right people. Right? So self-care isn't just one area of your life, it's your actual life itself. Now, why is self-care so important for an energy healer versus some other kind of profession, some other kind of job? It's Amanda bringing the heat, Namaste. Because can you go to work and do your job if you're angry? Most of the time, yes. Can you go to your job and work if your body is sick? Yes. Can you go to your job and do your job if your personal life is falling apart? Yes or no? Most likely yes, right? That's not really the case in the world of energy healing, energy medicine, and pranic healing. Gay, Namaste. So my teacher, Grandmaster Chola Koksui, the modern founder of pranic healing and Arhatic yoga, and pranic healing is one of the world's most comprehensive systems of energy medicine that utilizes energy or prana to accelerate the body's natural ability to heal itself. And we do physical healings, psychological healings, emotional healings, even spiritual healings. It's extremely effective, it's extremely powerful, and it's very step by step because it was designed by a chemical engineer, and engineers are very systematic in their approach to coming up with solutions. So my teacher, Grandmaster Chola Koksui, realized that these two circumstances, a healer should not be healing another person. When the healer is angry, what's up, Jose? Good to have you on. Long time, man. When the healer is angry and when the healer is physically sick. Why? Well, someone is hiring an energy healer for what? Mona, Namaste. They're hiring the energy healer for energy, right? So, if the healer is super angry, super upset, super frustrated, super worked up emotionally, and they're projecting energy to their client or to their patient, what kind of energy do you think they're going to be projecting to that person? The same energy that that person is experiencing or the healer is experiencing. You ever spent time with a friend or family member or even standing in line next to somebody at a Starbucks who's irritated, who's agitated, who's worked up emotionally? How does that make you feel? Not the power of transferring energy in the sense of an energy healer or energy practitioner, but just standing next to that person, how does it make you feel? Not so good, right? So that applies when you're working with an energy healer, but magnify that by 10 or more. So if the healer is very angry, very willful, very frustrated, and cannot get a control or hold of their emotions, those negative energies are going to go into the patient, and instead of feeling blissful and peaceful and joyful at the end of the healing, the patient's going to be feeling like the healer, angry, bitter, resentful, and all worked up. So it requires a healer to have a level of mastery over their feelings and over their thoughts. Does that make sense? So the self-care with how you feel and self-care with how you think. Most people don't think of that. Most people think self-care is only on the physical level, right? Going to the spa, getting massages regularly, eating organic food, drinking filtered water, having a good solid 8 hours of sleep each and every night, which all of those things definitely affect you positively or negatively, but most of those things are on the physical level, not on the emotional or mental level. So Michael says, love it, self-care plus self-love plus self-forgiveness. Oh, Michael's dropping the knowledge today. Very good. I like that. Now, what about if the healer is physically sick? You're like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. If the healer's physically sick and they're energetically working on somebody, it shouldn't matter at all, should it? Well, if that healer, instead of having a huge aura, huge chakras or energy centers, if that person is physically sick, that means their physical body is drawing from their aura and drawing from their chakras to heal their physical body. What do I mean by that? So I'll give you a really cool example. So at the base of your spine, there's an energy center called the basic chakra that deals with survival, self-preservation, dynamic activity, and making money. So located at the base of your spine, and it has 4 petals. And it spins clockwise and counterclockwise, absorbing energy, using energy, and then releasing disease-congested energy. Okay? So when your body gets a cut or any kind of physical damage, trauma, or ailment, what happens is, let's say, as an example, you have a cut on your hand. This cut needs energy to heal. True or not true? True, right? Energetically speaking, what happens is your body pulls energy from the basic chakra and brings it over to the part of the body that needs healing, which is your hand that was cut, and rapidly heals your hand, seals the wound, puts a scab over it, and then you go about your day. But in the process of it doing that, your basic chakra had to use up some of its energy. So the basic chakra is now depleted, right? How do we recharge the basic chakra if we don't know anything about meditation, about energy healing? We go to sleep. And as we go to sleep, the chakras are able to pull in extra energy because the physical body is not requiring as much energy. So that's why when the body is sick, physically sick, what do we tend to do a lot of? We tend to do a lot of napping, a lot of lounging around. We move very slowly. We maybe sleep for 10, 12, 14 hours at a time because our physical body is exhausted. But when we're sleeping and we're not doing any movement physically, the chakras are spinning super fast and absorbing fresh energy, fresh energy, fresh energy, which is revitalizing, rejuvenating the physical body. But that being said, if a healer is physically sick, physically tired, another Jose, what's up? Bringing it on, man. I love it. Welcome. If the healer is physically weak, physically sick, physically tired, their aura is much smaller than usual, much more depleted than usual, much more congested than usual. So when they attempt to heal somebody who needs energy, they don't have enough energy to project to that person. So in fact, the healer could be pulling energy from their own client or their own patient. So that doesn't really work out, does it? That's not very good for the client or the patient who's paying good money to receive energy and to be revitalized in their own life. What's up? We're talking about the importance of self-care as an energy healer. So to bring this all back full circle, I've been a professional energy healer for 14 years, right? And I used to beat myself up going, why do I have to have such a strict life routine? Why do I have to watch everything that I eat? Why do I have to get so much sleep on a consistent basis? Why can't I just go out, let loose, and party a little bit, right? Because in the process of letting loose, partying a little bit, it's depleting and or congesting my energy body, which is inhibiting my ability to properly and rapidly heal my clients. That's why it's so important for an energy healer to take care of their physical body by proper living, their energy body and their emotional body by proper emotions, their mental body by proper thoughts, and their spiritual body by proper spiritual practice. So you can see how it requires a lot of lifestyle changes in order for an energy healer. Autumn, Atma Namaste. It's been a while since I've seen you on a stream. Welcome as always. So it requires a big commitment for an energy healer to do the work that they do effectively, right? So it really is a lifestyle, how to put this? It really is a change in lifestyle. It's a merging of your personal life and your professional life, and they become one and the same. As in other professions, engineers, lawyers, doctors, CPAs, computer technicians, architects, other professions, a person's personal life can be falling apart and they can still come and do their job effectively. In most cases. Not in all, but in most cases. But if an energy healer's personal life is falling apart, they're depleted, they're congested, they're going through a tremendous amount of emotional turmoil, and this healer lacks self-mastery, then they are going to be ineffective or even detrimental to their clients and patients who are hiring them for healing. So, my experience has been a lot of energy healing practitioners that I've met on and off over the past 20 years, they don't practice a lot of self-care. And funny enough, the one that I see them practicing the least relative to what they do for their profession is meditation. Which you would think, you're an energy healer, the way you generate a tremendous amount of energy is through your spiritual practice. And you're not doing it. You're not doing your spiritual meditation practice. So that's very, very important, because that's how the energy healer has enough energy to properly and rapidly heal their patients or clients. Letty, Atma Namaste, you're late to the party, girl. You're going to have to watch the replay. So is that making sense for you guys? Feel free to throw out some questions, throw out some comments. I'll do my best to answer them in a timely manner. But that's really the takeaway for tonight's talk is it's very, very important for an energy healer to practice self-care on a daily basis in order to properly, rapidly heal their patients or clients. But if you're going to live the party lifestyle, the rock star lifestyle, the chaos and drama lifestyle, you will not be very effective in what it is that you do. Oh, she's going to go meditate with the group. I love it. For those of you who do not know, within pranic healing, there are meditation and healing clinics around the world in over 90 countries. So if you're in the United States, the likelihood of a Twin Hearts group, meditation group, or healing clinic close to you, if you're next to a major city, is very, very likely. They're all over the country. And if you go to pranichealing.com, you can see all the ones that are on the West Coast and Midwest. And if you go to pranichealingusa.com, you can see all the ones that are on the, pretty much on the East Coast. Okay? So Michael says, the power of self-awareness, choice is key, choose to be honest with yourself. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a good point. In speaking about honesty to oneself, there have been times that I've had to make the judgment call of, I have a client who's coming in within 30 minutes or an hour, and something chaotic emotionally happens in my life. You know, just an emotional curveball that I didn't see coming. And bika, but namaste. An emotional curveball. I should have a t-shirt that says emotional curveball. That's kind of cool. So I have an emotional curveball that hits me, and I have to make the judgment call of, am I in the space to heal this client right now, or do I have to reschedule? Hey, Christian, Atma Namaste. Dream Atma Namaste. Or do I have enough self-mastery of my lower nature that I can pull it together to properly assist my client? Because if the healer has more problems than their clients, that's a problem. Does that make sense? If the healer has more problems than their clients, that's a problem. So that's what I've always liked about pranic healing, about Arhatic Yoga, about the teachings of Grandmaster Chola Koksui, is he's always saying we have to be a product of our product. We have to be an example of the teachings, and that's why we say living the teachings. One of the master pranic healers said many years ago that we should have our Arhatic Yoga practice, right? So the healing form that Grandmaster Chola Koksui developed is called pranic healing, and then the yoga system that he developed to increase our energy level is called Arhatic Yoga. And she said that our Arhatic Yoga practice should be in the background of our lives, meaning we should be radiating and emanating the divine light, the divine love, and the divine power within each and every one of us, so we can be an example for other people. But I think one of my clients shared this with me a couple weeks ago, and one of her fears of getting too involved on the spiritual path and too deep into this world of energy healing and energy medicine, and she's a doctor, part of her concern was she's going to be the typical woo-woo, airy-fairy, nutty spiritual person that is completely detached from reality, that's unrelatable to the common, ordinary person. And yes, there is a level of truth to that. So what we like to say is it's about being rooted and connected to God and rooted and connected to the earth at the same time. Meaning we're very high, we're very spiritual, we're very high level with the work that we do, higher clairvoyance, higher intuition, higher vibrational energies, while at the same time we're very grounded, we're very practical, we're very realistic in our approaches. And that's why Grandmaster Chola Koksui developed protocols that anyone and everyone can follow. Step 1, step 2, step 3, you produce a miraculous healing. Now, does that mean a healer has to be perfect? No. Does that mean that the healer doesn't make mistakes from time to time or even often? No. But in general, the healer has to have their life together. Does that make sense? So Michael says, how much of what you're saying is just an emotional state of being, not the real truth of who you really are? And then Letty says, yep. Michael, I'm not quite sure what the question is. How much of what you're saying is just an emotional state of being, not the real truth of who you really are? Well, who you really are is the soul, a being of divine light, divine love, and divine power. That's the essential nature of each and every person, right? We're all divine children of God. As an emotional state, the emotions are designed to move. They're designed to fluctuate, right? Have you noticed that, have you noticed that some people are like, oh, I wish I was happy all the time. Well, happiness is a feeling. Andrew, I'm a namaste. Happiness is a feeling. Happiness fluctuates. Sadness fluctuates. Depression fluctuates. Enthusiasm, excitement, they all fluctuate because that's the nature of the emotional body. The goal is to be anchored in stillness, to be anchored into the qualities of the soul, like the depths of the ocean. So the waves are your emotions, but to the depth of the ocean, the waves don't mean anything. Levi, Atma Namaste. Or Levi, I hope I said that right. Levi, Levi, not quite sure how to say it properly. but welcome. So, just like your thoughts fluctuate. You think about who you have to call, you think about a meeting you have to go to, you're thinking about the end of 2018, what you could have done better, you're thinking about what you're going to do in 2019. So that's the mind doing what the mind does. It's the nature of the mind, right? And people have this very weird concept when they start meditating. They go, I can't quiet my mind. I keep thinking of other things, right? They sit, they close their eyes, and all of a sudden, all these feelings start coming up, all these thoughts start coming up, and they want to freeze them, or they want to not have those thoughts and feelings, and that's not the nature of the emotional body and the mental body. The goal is to transcend the emotions and the thoughts, and that comes with practice, proper practice. Doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen over time. So you're not dominated by what you're feeling or dominated by what you're thinking. Because what are you? The soul. And Bika says, Atma Namaste, lots of love and happiness to you. Thank you very much. I fully, willingly, and gratefully receive it. And may you be blessed as well by God and by the teacher. So that's it, guys. If you are in need of healing, feel free to go to ChristianRLong.com. Eric, bringing the heat, my Massachusetts brethren. Go to ChristianRLong.com/services and hire me for a distant coaching and pranic healing session. Whatever it is that you need healing on. 30 minutes of coaching to get you clarity and unstuck in that area. And then we do 30 minutes of pranic healing connected to what you got insight around so you can transform your life and move your life forward. And I've had the honor and privilege of sharing this with people for the past 14 years. And that's it, guys. So again, ChristianRLong.com/services. Any questions, put in the comment section here. Put it on direct messenger on Facebook, and I look forward to connecting with you. This is Christian R. Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, wishing you a beautiful Monday night, a beautiful week, and a beautiful life. And I'm going to do my salt bath right now to practice self-care. Atma Namaste. Bye-bye.